Hello, my name is Graham, and I am an orc licker. I play the Dwarven Druid, Thugrin Barkbiter, who last session informed a captive orc prisoner that he wanted Thugrin to lick him, whereas in my mind I definitely heard Oakenclaw, my bear companion. I apologize for those I may have offended, and I ask for respect and privacy in this difficult time. Thank you.
I'd forgotten about that. Thank you.
Go.
I'm sure his wife did not forget about that.
I did it. I did it. And I'm Sarah, and I play Elira Lazarine, the half-elf ranger.
Brian, I play Linabellis, and I don't plan on licking anything this session, but we'll see what happens.
Never say never.
I'm Garrett. I play Ruckus, the Goblin Bard. Probably licks a lot of things, but probably not an orc.
I'm Ross. I play Aviana, the human wizard.
And that must mean that I am Ross, and I play Arda, the human champion, who doesn't plan on licking anything, but may very well end up eating dirt.
And I'm Patrick. I'm the game master. I play the orc that got licked, which is weird. And I also play the blood elemental that's going to kill all of these people right now. So, last time, you continued your exploration of this, I'd call it a small fortress. You had spotted some alchemists doing some alchemical work, apparently brewing up some unfinished, unsuccessful, potentially, bombs or healing potions or other concoctions. You killed two of them and left one alive. Arder questioned one of the alchemists, and she, after threat of bear and or dwarf licking, did tell Arder a little bit of information. She works, or I guess worked at this point, under an alchemist known as the Sculptor. She knows that there is a mistress who is sort of the employer, that's really the term you can use, of this sculptor. She did not know her name, although she had seen her before. You eventually found it proper to let her go, and she walked out with a few provisions and her life. You then moved here. I think you explored a little bit, found some alchemical equipment in the room to the east. You explored a little bit a bone pile in the room to the southwest. Then you came in here to confront the sculptor. The sculptor didn't really stand much of a chance, actually. He was standing over here, and boy, if two of you didn't immediately rush behind him where he could not escape to join his friend, which you met in a minute. You did not kill him. Maybe unintentionally didn't kill him, but you didn't kill him. The questioning didn't go quite as well, though. Arder was not able to extract much more information from him as far as who he was working for or anything along those lines. But you locked him up in one of the cages outside. You then made your way into this room in here. And let me give you a little bit of description of this room. So this room almost appears to be a dungeon. There are shackles along most of the walls up here on the north and the west and the south. But the only individual in the room when you entered was a man who was strapped to a bench, moaning quietly. And he, we would read this as some sort of a blood filtration device. He had these pipes that were just coming out of his arms and leading into these alchemical concoctions and then other pipes that led into his other arm. As Arter approached to attempt to help him, he could see, and probably Thugrin, that the blood appeared to just disappear from this man's flushed face. He just turned a pallid shade, and then his torso just split, and out of it came a mass of blood that appears only to be marked by, I mean, you can only guess, blood clots on the outside. Let me give you the handout for this lovely thing here.
I think I'd rather you not, actually.
Oh god.
This friendo. So it turns out it's not friendly. Sorry, Arter. We're gonna roll initiative.
Oh no.
Well- Mm.
All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let me add my round.
Roll 20 is like messing up. Jeez.
And first initiative is going to go to Lenabellis.
I guess I can charge this thing? Wait, do we really want to fight it? Why don't we just close the door and leave?
Arter's in there.
And I also
Okay.
forgot to mention this time, there appear to be some papers that are just, I almost said stapled, that are nailed to a wall up here to the north. Ross, you're muted. You're talking, but you're muted.
So this oh, am I muted?
I mean,
No, you're
relevant
right.
quest information must be in there. You can't leave now.
We've got important papers up there.
Just so you know.
So like,
There's even an
there's a,
exclamation mark over them.
Although Lena does not know that there's paperwork attached to a wall.
I mean, I don't really care about paperwork.
Your
There's a
warrior
wall in
honor.
front of me, right? Like there's, like I can't just
No,
go.
that is a double door.
Okay, so I can open it.
It is already open.
It is open.
Oh, it is open, so I can. Well, I can't, but I can just go 5 feet to here.
Sure, if you just want to step.
No, I want to keep moving. I just want to make sure that was
Yep.
part of
nope.
movement.
Free movement. Wide
So-
open space.
I'm gonna do the sudden charge to get to here,
All right.
and I am gonna activate my rage because we had a 10-minute rest, and then I'm gonna attack once.
All right.
And I think I'm flanking.
You are.
Nice.
And a 15 will hit. 21 slashing damage. Okay. It's going to use a reaction, and so you swing with your axe, and you just lop off a piece of this. Whatever this thing is, this big ball of blood. It smells like blood, by the way. It smells like iron. You lop off a piece of it, and it just part of it appears to react to the hit and reform just a tiny little bit. All right, you do some damage there, and that is 3 actions. Yes.
Yes.
All right. Aviana.
I would like to do the have I seen this thing before? / what do I know about it?
Okay, most appropriate. Oh, why didn't I pull this up? I think it's crafting, but it might be Arcana. Oh no, occultism.
I will roll the occultism.
Okay. I will outroll it for you here. You do not know what this is. It's a big blood ball.
Okay. I
You
guess
think it's probably an ooze.
there's only one solution here. Fire. Oh, I have to be within 30 feet, don't I?
If that's the range of your spell, yes.
20, 25, 30. So before I do, was it an action to recall knowledge?
It is.
Oh, then I can't.
You are 35 feet away.
It is 30 feet. Damn it. First, I will move somewhat into the room. And then I will throw my knife at it. Or... Actually, we're going to be cautious. We're going to use shield. That's it. No
All
turn
right.
for...
Blood Ooze Friend's turn. It is going to strike out. It's literally mindless. One Lena, two Arter. Arter, you win. It is going to strike out at you with a... So it forms just what appears to be this temporary, almost pseudopod. And goes to bash Arter's face in. 19.
I will use reactive shield.
Okay. So that is 20 bludgeoning damage.
That is not what reactive shield does.
Reactive shield gives you AC. Oh, and your AC is
It is now 21.
is normally 19. Okay, so
Yeah.
that will miss, and then it will use its second two actions. It begins to almost sort of spin in place a little bit, and Lena and Arter, you can feel. It's almost like it's calling to your blood.
Oh,
I
God.
need the two of you to make a fortitude save.
Ugh,
Uh-oh.
It's
Call blood.
that's not great.
gonna
Ooh.
desiccate you.
As it begins to pull the blood out of your body.
Oh my
Oh,
God.
Arter,
Keep
that
all my
is a
blood, please.
failure. Lena, that is a success. Oh man, 15. So Arter is going to take 15 slashing damage, and Lena will take 7 as it pulls the blood from your body. And
Great.
then right, and it appears to recover some of the damage from Lena's strike. Arter, it's your turn.
Art.
Okay. I'm going to draw my sword and I'm going to attack it.
All right. "24 will crit."
Yeah, how do you like that?
Nice.
A lot.
So that is 16 slashing damage. It's going to use its reaction and reduce some of that damage. I guess you didn't know that's what the reaction did, but it reduces the damage a little bit. But still, you hit it. Third
All right.
action.
In my third action, I'm going to raise my shield.
All right. Ruckus.
Okay, I'm gonna use my first action to get this far. And I'm gonna use my second action to get this far into the room so I can properly see what's going on, and then I will inspire courage, which will be my 3 actions.
Alrighty. Thugrin.
I don't like this. I'm scared, but I'm gonna send my poor bear to attack.
All right.
Be careful,
great.
Claw. And have him come up and support Lena and try for a Jaws to bite the blood. 22.
He goes here. Could he make it there? He'd be flanking.
Well, he's not that smart. He's just a dumb bear. He just moves to there.
A 22 will hit.
Or you tell him.
4, 5.
I tell him.
Thuger's
I
not
don't
that
want him.
smart, he's just a dumb
Thuger's not that smart either. Like so, and he wants. I want Oakenclaw a little bit closer to me. Just like I'm worried. I'm so worried about him.
Tactics.
Yeah. So
Oakenclaw
5 damage.
Bites the ball of blood and comes away with a mouthful of blood.
Yeah.
Oh, this is gruesome. This is hard to bear. And he's a bear. Thugrin himself will then cast a spell. Let's see if we can't. Should I do frost or acid? No, the acid will get on everybody. That's a bad idea. So I will attempt to cast a ray of frost toward the blood ooze. Ray of frost. The +1 because my good friend. Oh, that would have been a 6 damage on the jaws because Oakenclaw was inspired.
1 more damage.
How about that? That's a 20.
25 is a crit.
So
4.
it didn't do the. It still didn't do the +1 to damage. It should be 6 doubled to 12.
Okay. So 12 cold damage.
And
You
it's-
freeze off part of the.
It's a
the
critical
blood.
hit, so it takes a -10-foot speed penalty for 1 round.
Oh man.
Frozen blood.
Yeah, you practically freeze this blood solid.
Ah. And I'm done.
All right. Lyra, you are up.
Okay. So let me actually move. Ah! Roll 20. Stop. It's going. Now I'm in a wall. Ah! Ah! Sorry, roll 20 is giving me some grief tonight. It's like going very slow. Okay, so now I can see where what actually is going on. So these things here, does that like matter? Like, it didn't seem to affect anyone if they stepped there.
No, so those things they broke as the blood ooze emerged from this body. Now corpse. Obviously corpse.
Okay. Alright. So I'm like in slow-mo. There we go. Okay, I'm gonna move to there. And then I'm just gonna do an attack since I don't have enough actions to do my other stuff. +1 for Inspire Courage. Yuck.
A 15 will hit.
Ooh. So
7 slashing damage.
it's, I think 8 because it did add the +1 to damage. I don't think so.
I did not.
So 8.
Did not. Alright, there we go. You cut off part of a congealed blood ball.
What?
Definitely what you hoped you would be doing when you woke up this morning.
Ugh.
Lena.
Attack it again. Has anybody inspired courage?
I have. Yep.
I get a +1.
+1 to hit, +1 damage.
24 is a critical hit. So that is 38 damage.
Holy shit!
So you take off a giant lop of this ooze.
Am I making it more bloody?
Is it?
You're just getting blood everywhere. It
Ugh.
also occurs to you that some of this blood that you have cut off might be your own blood.
Ew.
Wow.
Getting my own blood back?
No.
Like recycling. I'm gonna try to kill it again.
It's like a blood bank or something.
And 11 flat-footed will still hit it.
Wow.
It's an ooze, guys. It
Who's
does
got
not have
bad
an
AC?
AC, practically. You swing, and there's just a tiny little bit. It's almost like there's a little bit of connective tissue, just a little film that seems to be holding this ooze together.
It's almost dead.
It is almost dead.
What?
Okay.
Oh, you're supposed to be able to see that far. Sorry. There you go.
I'm gonna try one more attack.
And a 15 will hit it. You swing, and you just take this thing apart. Doesn't really have
Yay!
parts. It's
I
a
got
ball
my
of
blood
liquid.
back.
But you destroy the blood ooze. Great job.
Yay!
Well, that was easier than I expected.
Well, when
that
you
to
do
be.
like 100 damage.
Yes.
It got one attack or
Woo.
one round.
Wow.
It does buckets of damage. It takes buckets of damage.
Yeah.
AC 13. So, you get 80 experience for defeating the blood ooze. It just explodes into, it's like you popped a balloon. The rest of the blood just goes all over this corpse.
Ugh.
Also,
It's
this
like that
guy
scene
is
in Scanners.
obviously dead.
Mm.
He is, I mean, he's almost like a husk. More like a mummy than a usual body.
Mm. Well, that was gross. Someone should check out the papers over here. Maybe Aviana, if you want to see what those papers are all about.
Where are the papers?
What?
They're up on the north side. Just
Is that the
nailed,
only thing of note in the room? basically?
nailed to a board. Well, I mean, if you, the only other thing of note that I have not previously mentioned, yeah, pretty much. There are some shackles on the walls. There's this, whatever the hell this was, with the blood ooze. And
I
then
try-
there's a
Oh,
little
sorry,
piece
can
of plywood with,
How much of the body is still there?
I mean, the whole body is there.
Is it
Can I-
recognizable as a person?
It is not a person you recognize. It is clearly a human, though.
Can I try an occult check on figuring out what this setup is? What's going on here?
Yeah,
How this works? Maybe I've heard something.
yeah, I will. I'll roll it for you.
Oh, okay.
You still did pretty well when I rolled it. Yeah, this appears to be creating a blood ooze. Actually, you're able to recognize kind of the intent. It appears that this was pulling the blood out of this barely living man and treating it with alchemical reagents or ingredients or whatever you would call them, and then pumping it back into the man. That is the way that you would, or it is a way to create a blood ooze.
Mm.
So this blood ooze was formed inside of him while he was still living.
And is it very expensive and hard to acquire these materials? Is it something that takes very, very specialized knowledge? Like,
Yeah, so you know of this. You would have no idea how to do it yourself. You don't even really know enough to know what ingredients would be required or how expensive it would be.
okay.
You do know that as soon as the blood ooze emerged from his body, it would instantly kill him no matter what. So it was a matter of time. Once it reached a certain point, either it decided to leave or somebody forced it to leave or something like that. There was no way to save this guy, unfortunately.
I wonder if this is where the sculptor gets his name.
I'd do some craft if
Well-
ever there was one.
It's either that or he's possibly also the person who made the fire tiger or the fire leopard and the ice rats and
And the
the
stone horse.
stone horse.
They're probably all related.
No fate too severe for such a monster creating
Probably
abominations
the
like
wind
that.
something we haven't found yet. Maybe he's trying to figure that one out.
Yeah, maybe it's harder to pin down.
Aye.
Oh wait, so that was earth, wind, fire, and
And
water, and this
obviously,
one's
this
heart.
is heart.
Yeah.
The fifth element.
It's love.
What do the
Wow.
papers say?
They
Are
say
they in
things.
Orcish?
They are in Orcish, yes.
Who's the one who speaks Orcish?
It's me.
Carter.
As you look at them, though,
They curse you.
it's not culture, it's called society. Never mind. You don't notice anything. Arter, you read these notes, and I'm going to roll this for you too. Nope. Okay. Arter, you read these notes, and they are apparently a set of delivery instructions. Most of them are sort of out of context, the first couple of pages, but then you find the directions to get to where the person is going. They go from a place apparently called Spite's Cradle to, in quotation marks, Halid's drop-off dump.
So, Pat,
If we-
we've already been there.
Right, and then we just reverse do the instructions backwards, and then we should be at Spite's Cradle.
Right. We're not. This isn't Spite's Cradle, is it?
Do these instructions that he read off to me sound anything like the direction that Halid's place would be from here?
No,
All right.
not even remotely.
That appears to me to be a blank page.
That is correct.
Yep.
Oh, I put it in the GM notes.
It's
Sorry
written
about
in
that.
invisible
It's a
ink.
blank note.
What?
Hey, we have to pee on it, or no. That's how you make the invisible ink.
There
Get
you
through
go.
Grun to lick it.
Hey,
No
no.
idea.
No.
All right, I'm
I-
not looking at anything else.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
You don't know this yet. And as a reminder, you did find the sculptor's notes, but you got a little bit of a general idea, but it would take you a few hours to get all of the information from it.
Yes. All right. We're gonna pick up this desiccated dude, and I think we're going to leave.
Do you need help with that?
Exsanguinated. That's the word I'm looking for. Not desiccated, right?
That,
Exsanguinated.
that would be an appropriate word, yes.
I mean, that is literally what happened to him.
Yep.
I was like, I know there's a word for this, and I can't think of it.
Right? Can anyone think of any other reason to stay?
No, I want to get out of here.
Nope.
I'm done.
Hey,
All right.
let this
I'm
depart my
very-
good oak and claw.
I'm very interested in what this mistress wants with all of this stuff. It seems like a lot of work to go through, so whatever it is must be important to them at least.
So what, if anything, are you going to do with the unconscious sculptor?
Oh,
Ugrin?
maybe we should take him back to town.
That
Or
was what I was hoping to do.
trial.
If you want to leave it in the hands of the law, or if you want to let nature reclaim him, I think that would be a more fitted punishment for what he has done.
I mean, it seems like he has personally offended Thugrin.
The leopard wasn't here. We could feed him to the fire leopard.
Maybe,
That would be an appropriate punishment.
Mhm.
I can carry him back if you want. I have bulk to spare.
Yeah, let's tie him up. And we can carry him back.
I also got the other corpse, right? The exsanguinated one?
Yes.
and this pre-corpse guy.
And you're okay with local justice, Thugren?
I don't understand you city folk and your ways. Your highfalutin concepts out in the wild, it would have just been eaten. But I suppose I'll defer since we're in such a populated area. Don't want to disrespect your customs. I'm sensitive like that.
We appreciate that, Thugren.
Aye, just remember the restraint I showed in this situation.
Alright.
Marches off.
All right. So you make your way back past the poison brushes and leave this place.
GT.
It takes you, I believe, about an hour before you meet back up with Noala.
Yeah, what's she been up to all this time?
Let me give you her handout just as a reminder. Also, I realized this weekend that she has human eyes instead of elf eyes.
Maybe she's a half elf.
They have to remind people every time they place an art order, I'm sure, of what their elf eyes look like. Nope, should just be solid green. Anyway, it's still cool art. Other than that, it looks like her. So you find her, and she greets you and says, well, how did it go?
Oh.
Well, we potentially have gotten rid of one of the sources, but there seems to be a higher purpose behind all of this that we are not yet aware of.
A higher purpose. What would that be?
It's related to someone with the initial of V, known as the Mistress to some, but we do not know her identity as of yet.
I cannot say I know of V.
Oh, man.
Oh
I
man!
do, I do not know many in town personally.
Spite's Cradle.
And there's who's to say whether it's someone from town or not. But yeah, do you know anything about a place called Spite's Cradle?
Spite's Cradle. Can't say I know that either.
That's fine, we have directions.
Prisoner.
Aye, we found someone who was responsible for defiling nature.
And what do you plan to do with him?
Kill. Oh, wait, no. We're gonna bring him to justice, I suppose.
Throw him in the pit.
The pit of despair.
No, this pit back here with all the we can mutate him.
Hey,
As
I
soon as
won't.
can
I
play
won't
Futurama.
say no. I won't say no to that. But you know, we've got.
And
some-
if we're talking about just punishment, I can't think of anything more. Poetic justice? Yeah, poetic justice. That's what I'm looking for.
Do you plan to take him to the sheriff?
That was the plan.
Yes.
Not that he's much of a sheriff, but
She shakes her head and says, can't think of a less suitable man to determine what to do with him.
Well, the judge is coming.
Mubbage. Wait for Mubbage's judgment.
Lord Mubbage Cranberry.
Aye.
I never heard of him either.
I mean, neither
Seems-
that he has the authority.
In my opinion, it should be, well, there's no one in town with the authority to and the temperament to really make a decision, but do with him what you will. I would leave him here personally. Let him find his judgment among what he's sown.
Mm.
He's just unconscious right now, right?
He is.
I mean, I thought about that, but I really don't want a chance in getting out into the wild again.
No, neither do I.
That's a good
Or
point.
you could just kill him. I mean,
Perhaps there's somebody that can extract more out of him too. He might come in handy later if he has knowledge of how things work.
I doubt it.
And who's going to keep watch over him and babysit him while we try to extract information?
Surely they must have some sort of jail in town.
Some peace officer, right? Well, wasn't there that sort of someone or other that was administering law in town?
Mm-hmm.
What's his name?
Sheriff?
Yeah.
For Rolf.
I've had dealings with Garley in the past, and the man's useless. Practically ran me out of town after all I do for Etran's Folly. Trust him as far as I can throw him. And she sort of gestures with her clearly injured hand with a bandage wrapped around it.
Thugren, what do you think we should do?
Well, can't trust the sheriff. We can't trust him being out here in the wild. Unless we want to kill him. I say we strap him to Oakenclaw and just carry him around with us until we can figure it out.
is there any way we could use him as bait? I don't know. Like, I don't know.
I doubt it.
Ugh.
Just keep him on the bear. Oakenclaw can bear the weight. Can't ya, boy? I know he's a tiny bear, but you can have a man on him for a while.
What's his strength modifier? He probably can. I will point out, a full-size medium creature is 5 bulk.
Okay, Oakenclaw's strength modifier is +3.
Yeah, so, I mean, he's not carrying much else.
And he carries nothing else. He's just a bear. He's naked.
What? He's naked? Why didn't you tell me that?
Oakenclaw thought I was going to tell you. It's alright. Funny balling.
Wearing like a sport coat and a tie.
No. As nature intended, he's a naked bear.
Like a little green vest and then a fez.
No, I wouldn't do that to my beloved Oakenclaw, you monster. Just tie the prisoner to my bear and we can keep moving. We'll take it. We trust us the most out of anybody in this town. And if you're not comfortable with the idea of just killing him where he stands, then we can maybe get more out of him, keep him with us.
Weird solution. But yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, but that strikes me as cruel. I'd rather not. I would rather just leave him here. Screw it.
But he might get back into his old ways, start manipulating animals again, and that would be a fate worse than any we could imagine.
So are we at an impasse with no decision?
You could
Well, we
tie him
can't kill
to,
him. He's completely defenseless.
You could tie him to a tree.
I'm alright with that.
He can manage to escape. Better than leaving him on the ground.
Let's wait. Can we?
No, we're doing that. I'm tired of this.
Let's see if I can.
Luna, bring him here. I'm gonna tie him up to the tree.
All right. He is unconscious. You don't even need a roll. You can tie him to the tree.
Take 20.
Great, settled.
Money.
If we leave now, we will get back to Atron's Folly late at night. But at least we will have left the blight behind.
Let's get as far away from this place as we can.
Before we go, Thugrun wants to take a while and collect like some sticks and stuff, and like in stick letters, like spell out on the ground when he wakes up, "Do this again, and I will find you." In stick letters, right by the grass.
You can it's kind of gonna have to be vines. There's not actually a lot of
Okay, I can use some vines.
in the way of sticks. You could
Sure.
also, it'd probably take you about an hour, but you could, I don't know, use Lena's axe or a knife or something to cut off some of the vines from the thorn wall.
Yeah, cut me some of those vines. This is very important. Need to put the fear of nature back into him.
If it means we can leave faster, I will help you.
Yeah, maybe carve it on some bark.
I do not think any sort of threats are going to make him stop his life's passion.
Well,
That was some dark magic back there.
but if he knows that I'm around, he knows the old Thugrun is watching him from the woods.
Tell me, what was this orc doing here?
Using foul
Crafting-
experiments, alchemy.
What was tell me everything, and you can
Crafted
just tell her
We
everything.
tell her
Foul blood
everything.
golem.
or you can recount it in character.
We tell her everything.
We tell her everything. This is the
Yeah.
easy answer.
She shakes her head and says, 3 alchemists and 1 lab of experimentation. I doubt that this place was responsible for all the blights that have popped up everywhere. There must be more.
Uh,
Well, I'm not particularly surprised. I mean, we knew that this was just a minion.
So you think the person who is ultimately responsible for this is in this spite's cradle?
Or near it. We have no real way of knowing. But at least it is the only place that we really have any sort of direction to.
I am reluctant to go with you. My place is here protecting Etron's Folly, whether they are grateful to me or not.
Would you check back here periodically? See how he's getting on?
She says, of course. It's the least I can do. So you make your way back to Etron's Folly. It's up to you whether you want to spend the night. By the time it is nightfall, you are out of the blight into an area that is just normal forest. As a reminder, the blights pop up in isolated pockets, typically starting in areas of where there's old trees, oaks, and the like. So once you get out of this big blight, there is an area of, or most of the rest of everything else you're walking through is just normal forest. So yeah, it's up to you whether you would like to spend the night or press on and get back probably around 2 in the morning.
ooh, I say rest. That late night traveling is rough.
Yeah.
Sleep, and it's
Yeah.
dark out.
I would agree with that.
Since you all seem to have so much trouble walking around in the dark.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I don't have dark vision or anything. I'll just like follow my.
Yeah, that's the issue. Is once it's dark, your moving you're gonna be really slow. So you camp. Last time you actually camped just outside the big area of the blight. This time you manage a more normal camp. You, I imagine, set up a watch, but your rest is undisturbed. And as you wake up, you do feel stronger. You get an extra 80 experience for completing the area. What's it called? Known as the Pen. Characters don't know that, but it's called the Pen.
The pen.
Step to level 3. If you can rename your character sheets. Level 3 character sheets, just rename to your name.
How much
And
was
then-
the book news?
It was also 80.
Oh, okay.
Oh, rename the old character sheet something else?
Yeah, just like add a number or something. Because otherwise it will break my macro. Probably get 2 entries for you.
Oh, exciting. Power.
Power coursing through me.
And Lina, there is time after you stop that you're time enough that you are able to just heal up. You do not need to roll medicine checks. Between Ardor and Thugrin. Well, and Noala, she's a ranger. She has wisdom too. So. Alrighty. The next day, you set out again, and you arrive in Etron's Folly before noon.
Ah, we're here. So do we get the new hit points healed up to max, or are we?
Yep.
Okay.
You should. Everybody should be at max.
Hooray.
As you approach the town, Noala says, "I will bid you farewell. Please give Delma my best. And thank you again for your help. You're
Of
doing
course.
an invaluable service for this town."
Only doing what nature demands. That's the right thing. Be well.
Edrin's Folly doesn't know what they have.
At some point today, do we want to try to glean what information from those documents that we can?
I would say most definitely.
Did anybody have anything else that they were wanting to do?
We'll get some good food. Who the chef?
Is there like,
Is it like a place where I can get like a bath?
You can definitely get that at the feed mill.
Is it extra, or does it come with the room?
It comes with the room.
is there a store somewhere?
Yes, I want to buy one of those thingies that Arda bought.
Bandoliers.
Bandolier.
Also in the feed mill. Delma is the sort of general store merchant.
I would like to buy armor.
Yeah. Place your tokens here. Don't open the character sheet. It's a little laggy for me too. Okay, we have an Ardor. We have an Aviana. We have. You should rename Dobbin as well. Oh, nope, that's a summon.
Does his Let's do a
Yeah.
stats change.
There are things that are based on your level, right?
Maybe.
Lyra,
I was trying to
Yeah,
find
we
fools.
have a bear and Ruckus.
5 hit points for each of your levels.
Level 3. Level 3. Alright, everyone, I'd like to tell you that now I can heal 2 of you at once. It's a very important development. I
Well,
feel like
that's
you all should
helpful.
know that I'm a ward medic now.
Oh, that's
Uh,
excellent.
what
You've
prompted
discovered
that?
multicasting.
Discovery, yeah.
Hey, I'm very good at healing. Come to me if you have wounds. I'll help you. So we have rested by this point, yeah?
Yes.
Cool, so I can prepare spells, eh?
Yep. Prepared spellcasters should do their preparations as well.
I'm gonna do that one. That one. And let's do that one. That one. And
And I'm going to tell Delma that Noala says hi.
Emma says, I'm glad she's been helpful.
Yeah, she's been... What's the word? Indispensable.
hey.
She nods and says, when my father eventually retires, I do hope that the town, well, I intend to make her position formal.
Good. She deserves it.
I think she would like that. She's very, very dedicated to all of you.
She nods.
Any developments while we were gone?
Not much to speak of. We are back to normal business. It's not as if everyone's forgotten, but life goes on, you know.
Do we still have any of that bacon left?
We have plenty of it.
I would like some.
She will. I will ask Amora to begin working on lunch. Although I believe she was intending to make fish sandwiches for lunch. Although could have some bacon on the side, I think.
That sounds excellent. Thank you.
And Trin will be happy to attend to any of your needs.
Sure. I think I'm going to go get clean too.
I went to buy a bandolier so that I have that.
All right.
Still want to buy a bandolier. And can I buy a lesser healing potion?
Yeah. So she.
Wait, hold on. Can I? Let me double check. No, maybe I can't. I have 10 gold pieces. How many silver and a gold?
10.
10.
So if it gave you 20 silver and 10 gold, that would be 12. Yeah, I can afford it.
Yeah, so she has. I believe you bought one of her minor healing potions already. Does that sound right?
Well, the minor healing potion is the lower one. The
Yeah,
lesser healing
did she-
potion is the level 3 one.
Yeah, so she only has 3 minor healing potions and a single potency crystal, and that's all the magic she's got. She can sell you any common level 1 item. And she's only got 1 or 2 of most things, but and yeah, the only magic she's got is 3 minor healing potions. I think you bought at least 1 because Arter bought 1, or did you buy 2?
Might have bought 2 because I have them too.
Yeah, and then a potency crystal. That's
Don't we have potions, alchemical potions from the place to like?
Yeah, we have a few elixirs of life.
No, I thought we drank all the elixirs, right?
I still have 2.
Oh yeah, because we gave it to Luna. The ones that we had left over.
That's right.
yeah. The elixirs of life were from the alchemists.
I would like to buy some armor,
All right, what kind of armor would you like to buy?
studded leather.
Nice.
She can sell that to you. A bandolier is 1 silver.
Okay, yeah, I already deducted that. It's pretty cheap. And Arter can have his little belt pouch back if he wants.
Thank you.
Now I can put all my things so I can get them very easily.
And I believe the Aviana, that will make mage armor useless.
The bonuses overlap.
Yeah, while wearing mage armor, you use your unarmored proficiency to calculate your AC. So you.
Oh, could I reach? I can, and I'm allowed to what? Retrain 1 spell when you level up, right? Or is that the spell
wizard
book? I
get
guess.
to do that. Just don't prepare it. I think is
Yeah,
what you
fair
do.
enough. I have never played a prepared spellcaster
Be able
before,
to cast out.
Yeah.
so no more mage armor.
Yeah.
But you have a new spell slot.
I know, that's right. I've had to use that every time, just in case.
Yep.
Of course, you're a wizard. You can buy more spells. If you're not an entrance volley, you can buy more spells.
Wow.
Yeah, there's not much here.
Well, maybe we'll come across another wizard and you can like learn something from their spell book. Maybe.
Oh, whoops. I have to heal.
A dead wizard with their spell
And
book conveniently lying next to them.
Yeah. Just fall out of the sky or something.
All right. So it sounds like some of you are buying some things. Probably all of you take baths. I would
Yeah.
imagine.
Yeah.
Maybe not Thugrin. Thugrin cleans himself with. We're just
Poultices, ointments, licking.
Soaps are unnatural, like, created things or whatever. He only does the natural way of
Aye.
cleaning himself.
He just constantly smells a little too much like lavender. Twice so bad at stealth.
Yep.
And what else would you like to do today?
We would like to peruse those papers.
All right.
Yeah, that would be the thing to do.
Or at least Arter can jot down what they are in common.
Yeah, so Arter could translate them. That would take a few hours. Arter can also just attempt to make the checks himself. It is a crafting check.
I'll just try to do it myself.
Yeah, that doesn't sound too difficult.
I am one of the only 2 people in this party proficient in crafting.
Mm-hmm.
At least as of level 2. That may have changed.
I didn't take it. I will buy one of those healing potions.
All right.
Possibly the last one. I'm not sure of.
Roll a
And I give back my hero point because I'm
Crafting.
like on
Okay.
my other character sheet.
And then. All right, you discover all the things. I will give this to you in a handout in a second. But the notes are notes on various experiments that he had been asked to perform over the past few months. Find this in the book. Almost all of the experiments involve evoking permanent mutations in creatures by exposing them to energy mutagens. Most of his experiments were ultimately successful, but they had an unintended side effect, which is that the creatures became far too bestial and unreliable for him to use as minions. About 2 months ago, though, something changed. The mistress stopped asking him to perform experiments without any explanation. He took it upon himself to continue his work with varied and unpredictable results, and a number of his creatures escaped. In one of the most recent notes, it says, "The coagulant thing is finally taking shape. It might not be what she asked for, but she is sure to be impressed. When it is ready, I will take it to Spite's cradle and show the mistress myself." You also spot an unusual entry. About 3 years ago, the mistress commanded the orcs to capture a human. He was placed in a covered pit in the woods and exposed to something that the sculptor refers to as viridian vapor. The last note on that experiment says, "The human died in agony in less than a day. We burned his body and filled in the pit as instructed."
So I guess that's what that pit in the outside was. That's concerning.
He sounds very self-motivated. Now I kind of regret leaving him in the woods.
Yeah. Could be strapped to Oakenclaw right this second. But
Could have
no.
kept him in a cellar in here.
That's what happens when you have people that all think differently. We can't make up our mind.
I know. I
would've
just didn't think we should kill him. That seemed pretty evil.
It's all a matter of perspective. Killing's not that hard once you get used to it.
Yeah, but we're trying to be heroes.
Well, I guess there's not a lot left to do, but find this Spite's cradle tomorrow.
Aye.
What time is it now?
You're talking, but we cannot hear you.
Okay, it's not just me.
It is about 2:00.
Oh, okay. So not bed. I was hoping it was time to go to bed.
Actually, do we have any, from the directions, do we have any time frame about how long it would take us to get to Spite's Cradle?
It looks like it would take several hours. It is maybe about as long, actually, as it would take as it took to get to the place where you were before. Although it is worth noting that instead of going through the wilderness the entire way or going through forest the entire way, actually most of the path is open.
Mm.
And so you could take horses if you had them.
We only had a horse. Are horse level one common items?
She does not have horses for sale.
What about the caravan? Were those horses?
Yes, the caravan had horses.
Could we borrow their horses?
You could ask.
Can somebody who's more persuasive than me ask?
Well, I don't know how they
Anyone?
feel about me.
That's the confidence we need.
I can ask if you'd like.
Yeah, go ahead
I
and
can
do
be
that.
like, hey, we'll help resolve all of these problems, and everyone's business can get taken care of faster.
Yeah. So you speak to Tamley, and she doesn't actually take much convincing at all. She's happy to let you borrow the horses
Right.
if you preferably bring them back in good condition. Don't tie them up next to a wolf den, please.
Oh, of course.
Oh yes, yes. Thugrin, can you help me? He says, looking at these things,
With
these
the
beasts with
horses?
horror.
I can. I'm very good at that.
Are these horses medium or like large?
They would be large.
Of course, I think they are large.
They would have to be if they're
Yeah.
rideable.
Yeah, they're large.
So much bigger than Ruckus.
Oh yeah, no, Ruckus is like, scary horses.
It's not bad. Just watch me do this. Hey, horsey, horsey, horsey. We need you to take us on a ridey poo.
Oh, I
Yeah,
hope you guys think this is necessary.
very necessary. Oh shit.
Oh my gosh.
Is it a survival check or is it an
It is actually a nature check.
Oh,
so
thank God.
You simply must re-roll.
Oh, jeez.
Maybe I
thank
can
you.
just ride Oakenclaw.
Okay, 22 on my nature.
22 is much better. You're able to calm these horses pretty easily and earn their trust.
You know, if we wait a day, I could talk to the horses. Tell them specifically what we want them to do.
I don't think that's necessary.
Are we riding out today?
Buzzkill.
then? Or are we waiting until tomorrow morning?
I think we should go as soon as possible, frankly.
I'm fine with that.
Yeah. Alright, I also need to tell you all, very important development. I can turn into a bear now.
What? Wouldn't that be the first thing you tell us? Like, before.
Well, I wanted to tell you of my healing capabilities because I care about your well-being so much. This is like gravy on top that I can turn into a bear now.
And how did you come to that revelation?
It was something I always wanted to try, and I finally figured out that I just have to focus for like 3 seconds and I can become a bear. I've spent a lot of time with Oakenclaw, a lot of time. Maybe it's the orc he licked and it gave me some extra powers.
Like the orc instead.
Just thought you should know.
I'll file that away for future reference.
So we don't see a
Do
bear
that.
and just start attacking it.
But when you see 2 bears, you're not seeing double. It's me and Oakenclaw, both as bears.
How am I going to know which one to avoid hitting?
Thurgrin's shocked and dismayed. It's like,
How dare you!
how dare you? Alright, these horses are good. They're ready to carry us. Shall we away, my companions?
Oh, I don't really know how to ride a horse.
Just sit on it. It'll
Rocky,
go.
Ruckus can come with someone else, right, on the horse?
Uh,
He is small. You definitely
Hold
could.
on tightly.
Especially if it's him and Lena.
Willing to share, even though I am not small. I want to make that clear.
You're not small with a lowercase s. You're small with a capital S.
Well,
Something like that.
it is your great strength that gives me confidence to endure this beast.
All right, so you are going to head out toward the Spite's cradle.
That's right. First to Halid's drop-off point, and then to Spite's from there.
Yeah, so that's the kind of the difficult place to get the horses to. You're able to figure out a way to get there because you can't take the horses into Halid's collapsed house and then down the chute. That's not going to work. But you are able to figure out a way to get around to that pool because it's just outside. So you manage to find your way there and then begin making your way to the west. The directions from the Orc Laboratory lead to the foothills far west of Veterans Folly. Here, nestled in the shadow of the Five Kings Mountains, there are countless small valleys and crevasses, but the directions lead to one valley in particular, which is a place apparently called Spite's Cradle. As you make your way there, you swear a couple of times, you catch sight of flickering or eyes in the dim light as you begin to approach. You leave at 2 o'clock and you arrive at about 7 p.m. So it is dusk. You approach. Yeah, you begin to approach the valley. How do you wanna approach this?
Should be stealthy. Maybe send someone forward as a scout. I can make you invisible.
Such amazing abilities we have now.
How is the terrain as far as the horses are concerned?
So they are able to, most of the way, you're able to find small paths that they can follow. Much of it is open, though. You're sort of approaching the mountains, and it's more plains than it is forest.
So it's dusk, right? Is it so?
Yes.
I think we should probably camp out here and continue in the morning.
What you're not expecting. Also, it's been like a whole day without fighting anybody. Just saying.
We probably don't want to do a fire, though.
We have horses we can go up to.
Yeah, there are sparse trees. You can easily tie the trees or tie the trees to a horse. Tie the horses to a tree.
Well, yes, but also.
Yeah, I think that would be good because even though we haven't fought anyone all day, you wouldn't want to fight them in the dark now, would you?
I can't see so well in the dark.
With that lantern.
Then they'll really know we're coming.
That I never use. Okay, fine.
Yeah, I think no lanterns and no fires.
Going dark.
Yeah, it'll be nice. Roughing it.
Hey, I'm good at surviving in the wild. I'll get us
You
some
are-
berries.
You are, you think, about half a mile out from the valley itself, and it's kind of hard to tell from the directions how far into the valley you have to go, because I mean, it basically just says go to the valley. There only appears to be one entrance to this area, though.
Yeah, I guess we will camp out here. Are we on like a path then?
There is a bit of a path at this point, yes.
Can we move off of that to camp?
Yes, you can.
Okay. I guess we will camp out here and proceed in the morning.
All right. So you camp and just roll some perception checks. Lyra, your character. It gave me an error, but it still rolled. Thugrin, Thugrin and Ardor and Lena and Oaken Claws of Air. Thugrin, Lena, no, everybody but Aviana and Lyra. There we go. Everybody but Aviana and Lyra. When you are taking your turns as lookouts, because I'm going to assume you do that, you swear that you see in the woods, particularly in the night, just flickers of what almost look like fire and the gleaming of two eyes.
Are they big eyes?
Not huge.
Normal eyes.
I mean, maybe about the size of a bear. A bear's eyes.
Where are they?
But
How close are they? Are they nearby or are they far away?
so they move around. You'll just sort of catch something out of the side of your eye. Thugrin, during your shift, you think you see the form of a cat just sitting and looking at you.
Is it Firecat?
It might be a fire cat.
Fire Kitty.
But it never approaches you, and there are no other incidents through the night.
I nod in silent acquiescence of the situation and appreciate that the fire cat is out there watching over us.
Righty. The cat does not respond to your nod, unfortunately.
I feel like it does. It does.
The next day, what would you like to do? You are
Yes.
almost there.
We
Wherever
proceed
they is.
cautiously forward, right?
Yep.
Since there's only one way in.
All right. What exploration actions would everyone like to be taking? Or you can simply describe what you would like to do.
I would like to keep an eye out for danger.
I would like to scout.
Okay.
Do you mean
Is it-
scout or
is
do you
it-
mean search?
I want to
Um,
search.
Well, the scout one, isn't that the one that you get a +1 to your initiative rolls?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would like. What is perception checking? What's that called? Seeking?
Here, searching.
Searching. I would like my eye to do the searching for any humanoids around that it might notice or something.
Okay.
Mm.
And what are
So
you
we've got
want
to search?
Scouting, searching. Lots of people keeping an eye out.
I'm gonna use the
I
detect.
want to spam detect magic
I'm gonna do that. 479.
or spam beetle or whatever it is.
Yeah, so that will, that will definitely slow you down, but you're close enough that you are sure you'll make it probably this morning. It's half a mile. It's not going to take you that long, actually. Even moving at half speed. Even moving at Thugrin's half speed. which is practically crawling.
Does
Oh,
survival.
is Dugrin not faster now?
We
It's
know
actually going to take Fleet.
Oh, I forgot about that. Nope, didn't do that. Still 15 feet. This is my normal
I
speed.
took Fleet.
Lord.
I'm now twice as fast as Dugrin.
Wow.
It's because my legs are so long.
Yeah, I'm twice as fast as him too.
Ruckus, what were you doing?
What options are left?
You can always overlap.
Yeah, I guess I'll just keep an eye out for danger as well.
And then Aviana, what were you doing?
Can I do like survival to try to like find tracks or well-worn paths or traffic? I guess is the word I'm looking for.
Sure. Yeah, okay. So you all make your way forward, looking for danger and information in various ways. Aviana, roll me a survival check.
You want me to roll?
14. You can tell that the path into this valley is, you wouldn't say well-worn, but things have definitely walked here. People have definitely walked here. You make your way down into the valley, and you can see almost immediately that a wooden palisade spans the valley. A gigantic double door is set into its center. Beyond the wall, a guard tower is barely visible, although it is difficult to tell whether it is occupied. And I know it's going to be dark because I have to drop your tokens.
So dark, so dark.
Come on, drop token. Token.
Blackness. The unending void.
My goblin eyes see nothing.
We're at the precipice of the
Yeah,
abyss.
you're last. Sorry, Ruckus. All right. There you go.
Ah,
It's a
excellent.
wall.
What
And-
kind of a wall?
It is
Last wall.
Stone, wood?
It's wood. It's a wooden palisade.
Yes, wooden palisade. Yep. So it is, yeah, it's made of wood. The walls are about 15 feet high, and the tops of it are carved into points. There is also the cliff walls to the north and to the south, which are not smooth. They are rocky cliffs, and presumably climbable.
Hmm.
And then there is a door. Yeah. Let's check the dynamic lighting.
Higher than the
It's the whole thing.
wall. Like, if I climbed the cliff, could I see over the wall?
Sure.
I would like to attempt to climb the cliff. I have a grappling hook and some rope, but I don't have a climber's kit.
Okay. Yeah,
I
so
have a
that
climb-
would,
I think.
a climber's kit lets you make I think it's a DC 10 flat check if you critically fail on your climb check to not critically fail and fall.
Climbing kits allow you to attach yourself to a wall you're climbing, moving half as quickly as usual, but letting you
Right.
attempt the DC 5 flat check whenever you critically fail to prevent the fall. So it doesn't actually help you climb, it just saves you when you mess up. Which, good.
Probably the most important thing, not falling and dying. Okay, so you can head up if you want to just position yourself where you would like to climb.
I'd like to go this way. And so can I borrow the climbing kit?
Yep.
Or were you okay?
I'll even give her a boost.
All right. Go ahead and Arter make an athletics check. Just to see whether, and I'm gonna make this. This is a pretty easy. Okay, well, you almost actually no, you do critically succeed on your aid. So that is a +2 for Lena, and then Lena, go ahead and make an athletics check. Let's climb. A 32 is a critical success.
Oh, that was with the +2.
Okay, a 30, still a critical success. So you can make your way. Your speed is 30.
Yes.
So that is going to be 10 feet up, which is not enough to get above it. You'll need another climb check. A 12 is a failure, but you do not fall. Try again. And 18 is a success. So you are now, so you can go 15 feet, which will get you just barely above, if that's what you would like to do. You can go another couple of feet.
I would. Can I see anything? Like there was. You said there was spikes on the top of the wall.
Yeah.
Can I see through them to see what's beyond the wall?
Yeah. So you can just sort of peek through. And I'm going to move your token just to right here. You can see over the wall. There is an obvious guard tower that you could see over the wall before. It looks down over what appears to just be sort of an exit yard. In the yard itself, there are 3 orcs apparently cooking over a stew pot. And I want you... Actually, no, I'm going to roll your perception check, because it's a perception check. No. Yeah, you take a look at the tower, and from where you are, the tower is still just a little bit above you. You'd have to go up higher to really get a good look into it. You can tell that the guard tower has a window. You can't really see. It's not even a window. Might be overstating it. It has an opening that is obviously intended to let people see out of it. But you can't see whether there's anybody inside from this vantage point.
Here, or is it like here?
It is... The tower is actually here.
Okay.
So there are stairs. You can see these stairs here. They are leading up into the guard tower. There is also a cave to the south with I guess it is sort of a cave. There is kind of an opening that looks like it is built into the cave here. And you can just barely see the outline to a door. And the most important thing, there's the building that's built into, that's obviously carved into the rock here. So there's a door into that. All of this wall area that you can see here has clearly been worked. It is not rough-hewn stone. And then way to the back, you can see that there is another work just kind of milling about, and there's a final wall around this little circle area. A lot going on, and I'm going to roll a stealth check for you to see whether you are loud. Nobody appears to have noticed you.
Mm-hmm. Well done.
So, Do I see this guy? Because I can see him.
What guy?
This guy right here.
Yep.
Okay. I'm gonna hold up 4 fingers to the people on this side of the wall, so they know how many people there are.
Unbar the gate.
Do I see how to unbar the gate?
Yeah, actually, you can see that the gate is, in fact, barred with 3 large wooden planks or logs.
But how many actions would it take to unlock the door?
It sounds like 3.
It would take approximately 3 successful athletics checks.
Okay.
No. I mean, I'm alright.
Do you want
And I will say, you are not on that side. That was just so you can see it. You are still here. If you want to make your way over, you can do that. You would have to climb across, which is more of an acrobatics check, and then take 2 more athletics checks to climb down. Actually, 1 more athletics check to climb down safely.
Can we see Lena from where we are down on the ground?
Oh yeah, she's 15 feet up.
15 feet. Does she look like she's about to cross over?
She's about to cross over.
I hope not.
Okay.
In what
I'm
way?
going to cast guidance upon her from 30 feet away.
Keep in mind that unless you have a feat that allows you to do so without a verbal component, you have to speak in a loud, forceful voice to cast any spell with a verbal component.
Fusroda.
Oh, if I'm Fusro-dying it, then I probably won't cast guidance. I will. If I can,
It has a verbal component. If it doesn't,
it doesn't. The only component is a verbal component, so I will think about. Shut my damn mouth before it comes out.
Just
maybe
threw
Ruckus
the doors open.
does not use its fire competence.
Yeah, no, not with us trying to be quiet.
Yeah.
I have to make some
Confident.
noise. Unless I do it through theatrics, but I think it's verbal. I think it has to be verbal.
Subtle spell. That's even a thing in this edition.
What?
Subtle spell?
There's
What's
a.
he cast? I'm sure there is something like that.
It's a.
So I'm gonna motion with my hand like I'm about to go over, and see if everyone freaks out or not.
Do you want me to go with you?
That thumbs up.
All right. I'm going to climb up the wall to go after her.
All right. Make an athletics check. 29 is a critical success. So that's 10 feet. Make another one. 13's a fail, but not a critical fail. Try again.
Just hold on.
And 23 is a success. So you're able to make your way up. Now I will need each of you to make acrobatics checks to sort of shimmy over without knocking too much of the rock loose. Because these are pretty decent handholds, but some of the rock is a little loose, and knocking rock down might be loud.
Yes.
24.
This is the tricky part.
Oh! Yikes.
Would you like to accept your critical failure, or would you like to use a hero point?
You know what? I think I'm going to use a hero point.
Yeah.
Probably a good
There we
idea.
go. Watch it be another.
Oh my yeah.
Ah!
Not a crit fail. Well,
Still a crit fail, probably.
Probably still a
Yeah,
crit fail.
yeah.
Unless it's DC
Is it
12.
Actually, a 13 was a failure. Yeah, a 3 is a critical failure.
At least it's not a super critical failure, though.
Yeah. So you fail.
Oh, time to barge in.
a cascade of rocks starts to just fall. So Arter, make a reflex save for me to catch a ledge. And you.
1 second. Do I see him?
Yeah, he's about to fall. Do you have feather fall?
I do.
Okay. He is only
That's
falling 10 feet.
Oh, it's only. I thought it was 30 feet.
No, he's not.
No, it's only 10 feet.
15. I guess it's 15 feet.
Yeah, because he'll be prone, right? Otherwise.
I mean, yeah, but that's not that big a deal.
Okay.
All right, I was gonna
Yes,
save
you
you, but
You will take. So yeah, you will fall. Arter, you fall and take 6 damage.
I
from
fall
falling.
on the other side though, right?
Yes. So you fail the acrobatics check.
No.
I will say it's up to you. Do you want to fall? Where do you think you are when you start
Oh,
causing the cascade of rocks?
I think he's definitely crossing over. So when
Okay.
he steps, he's going to be stepping onto the other side, and that's when he falls.
And then Lena, go ahead and make me your second athletics check, since you are ahead of him. A 12. 12 is not a success. So when the so Arter falls over the wall, making a pretty loud racket. And at this point, the orcs look up, look at each of you, and begin to shout. Arter, you can hear that they are shouting, "Strangers, strangers, intruders." And then a couple of seconds later, you hear a bell ringing up in the guard post.
Well, they definitely
And a second after that, an arrow, a second after that, an arrow just lodges itself into the wall next to Arter. And we will pick up there next week.
Oh no, we've been found out, boys.
Well,
We couldn't be sneaky forever.
We're sneaky some of the way.
Time to bust in, bust heads. Gonna turn into a bear.
Just gotta open up that gate
MBD.
under arrow fire.
Yeah, cool. Fine, no problem. Got this.
Yeah, that'd be great.
We just
That's
like
fine.
one shot at a blood elemental. We can handle some orcs.
sure.
I felt like I did most of that.
You did.
Well, we were there. I
did not- I did not
you
enjoy it.
inspired you.
Yeah,
And,
that's true. I wouldn't have got that one of those crits without that inspiration.
Mm-hmm.
Or the only crit, actually.
And actually, Lena, I will give you a hero point for. I mean, it takes courage to climb this wall before everybody else. So for going first, you'll get a hero point,
Right.
which you'll get at the beginning of next session because they'll all roll over anyway.
Right. Well,
Well, see you guys next week.
we'll
This
find
is going to
out.
be fun.
We'll blow up the orc fort next time on Really Playing Games: The Fall of Plaguestone.